So much flare going on. I don't want flare. I want it to look normal. Alright, what's up? So right now I'm working on the transmission. Didn't want to bore you guys with me doing the wire wheel, cleaned it up, all that stuff again, because I literally am doing the exact same thing I did on the motor to the transmission. As you can see, it's already been cleared. So it's got this nice little like glistening look on it, like little polish slash clear coat, so it looks good. Inside is super dirty, so just cleaning that up, start putting on all the new stuff back in. Got a new pivot arm, that's the old fork. I'm gonna replace that with a new one since I'm in there, might as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all that little crud, the little rust kind of accumulated on the. Start piecing together everything, get it ready to go back onto the motor. All right. Well, I got a DSSR. Put a new shifter pin on the back of this. I have an 8kg DSSR. New carrier, brand new bracket to mount to. I don't have this pin unfortunately, because every time you order a kit, it always comes with the bitch clip, which is meant for just a regular E30. Installed a new master cylinder here, stainless line for the clutch from ECS. It's not tightened down all the way, just so I can like move it around when I need to. That looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna put this in the garage. Whenever I got free time, I'll start trying to get it all mounted. I still need to flush or drain out all the fluid, put new fluid in, and then that thing is ready to go. There you go. Continuing on with transmission stuff for the M3. It's all cleaned up. I installed the DSSR and the shift selector rod, all that, and the actual shifting brackets and stuff before we put it in, just because it's such a pain in the butt to do it once the transmission's up in the car. So I figured I'd try and save some time and do it while I was out of the car. I also realized that some of the transmission fluid was leaking, and then I was thinking about it, I'm like, I have no idea what this transmission's been through, how many miles it has on it, or anything about this transmission. It was an engine with drivetrain essentially just sitting next to the car when I bought it. So I mean, the VIN, if you run it, it has, you know, about 80,000 miles on it from the car that the motor came out of. Who knows, really? I mean, the numbers are missing on the motor. I wonder if there's a way for me to look up the transmission. Maybe I'll figure that out. Anyways, moving along, since I realized that some of the fluid was draining from the transmission, I was thinking back. I actually had a transmission that I put into a car and totally forgot that it had lost some fluid, and drove it around for a couple weeks. It was running great, and then all of a sudden, no fluid. Well, I mean, it seized up completely to the point in which the car wouldn't move. I got it towed back to my house, pulled the transmission out, and just put another one in. And then my buddy actually bought that transmission from me. I sold it to him for like $100, and he was like, cool, it's good for parts. Then he pulled it apart and everything was just fused together. It was basically absolutely nothing was usable. While I'm working on the transmission while it's out, know that it drained some fluid, I might as well just flush the entire thing and put new fluid in. That's what I'm gonna do. I got this lightweight shop-proof red line. It's what everyone says to use. It's supposed to be get rid of any sort of clutch chatter noise. Basically, I just want this to be like a street drivable car. I do have a lightweight flywheel for it. It is the Evo flywheel though. That way it's not super light, so I'm not gonna be getting clutch chatter, which I noticed on my brother's car. He's got a super light flywheel. I mean, it spins up real nicely, but yeah, the clutch chatter is not ideal. You don't really want that while you're just coasting through a parking lot. Anyway. Yeah, right now we're gonna go ahead and drain the fluid. Just use a little 17mm hex with the impact gun. I'm gonna pop the fill plug first, and then we'll pop the drain plug. Actually drain it down. It should take about 1 1/4 of one of these bottles, so I got 2 of them, and then we'll be good. Hopefully go smoothly. Like always, everything starts off smooth. You think it's gonna go quick, and then there's always some sort of hurdles. We'll figure it out. All right. So I kind of squeezed my oil catch can down here. Since we're working super tight in the garage here, it's literally the transmission's just sitting on like a tire and a milk crate. Got the oil catch can, it's right here in the middle. Gotta love it. This should be handy, yeah. Alright. So this is the fill plug. Valve's down a lot, so definitely a good thing that I am doing this. Like I said, I don't want it to happen again. Like last time, I just threw a transmission in, ended up not having fluid in it, and dried up. actually put some sealant on this one, it looks like. Whoever was in here last. Hear that, or we just got some white corrosion. Alright, here goes nothing. These plugs should be the same size, the drain and the fill plug. Just draining. Doesn't look too bad. It's definitely got like a little bit of caramelizing. Definitely smells like it's been used actually. It's probably about the right time to be doing this anyway on this car. So one thing I realized is that this is a magnetic drain plug on here, and there's actually a bunch of metal flakes in here. I mean, that's kind of normal. You'll see a little bit of metal as the synchros get worn and stuff. Now I heard some people were saying that you could pull the sensor for the reverse light if you want to make sure you get all the oil out, which seems kind of weird because it's up at the top of the transmission, all the way up on this side. Here, I'll show you. So that's it right there. I don't know how that would help. And then this is actually, so if you have the transmission out, this is like a breather hole, but it'll actually spill out the top of that a lot. So that's where it was spilling out just when I was moving it around and cleaning it. Yeah, as you can see, it looks a lot cleaner than it did before. How we doing? Looks like it stopped draining. It's funny, it was acting like it's done. Just keep draining this thing for now. It's kind of rocking it. Is that doing anything? Yeah, there we go. So that's one of the perks of having the transmission out. Kind of get all the fluid out just by moving it around, rolling it around. I would say we got quite a bit of fluid out of this thing. Alright. Usually in these things you just go like hand tight and then just get a little touch more. Should be able to just kind of pour it in here with this guy, hopefully. Oh, this stuff's like blue. What the heck? You know what I'm gonna do actually? I'm gonna see how much of that fluid came out. Ew, blue. Not even close to 2 quarts. Cool, so we'll be good. I'll grab a funnel to make it so I can pour it into that a little better, I think. Yeah, last time I was down at the local parts store, they had this for $1, and it has like a whole bunch of different funnels in it, which I still haven't even used. I forgot I had this one too, so this one might be better just because it's longer to get it in there. I don't know if that's a good idea. It makes more sense to have this guy, because I can just set that. I guess if I tilt it sideways, then should go right in, huh? Problem with this is normally you want to like wait and see. You want it to like start coming back out. That's how you know you're full. I guess what I can do is just pour in a quart for now. This stuff's weird looking, man. This is what everyone said to use. I'm guessing it helps with the synchros and stuff. Especially when I use transmission. So then I just want to do 1/4 of this guy. So normally it's level. The back would be tilted up a little more and then it'd be sitting more straight. So what I'm gonna do is put in about 1/4 of this and then see if it comes spilling out the side. I lift her up to where it should be, essentially level-ish. Yeah, definitely not drinkable. I don't really make it so you can like see what's going on either. Stuff's crazy looking. It's like Smurf. Got some Smurf juice. Alright, let's see what happens when I tilt it. It's not coming out, so. Alright. Of course, now it's slick because my gloves are wet. I'm gonna guess that that's definitely enough. I'd say it's a little bit more than 1/4, but since I spilled a little, I kind of have to guess at where it's at. Oh, yep. Alright, so if it was level like that, so that tells me it's full. It's like barely coming out, so. Can't leave any Smurfs behind. It's funny, everything's blue, I'm realizing. The blue funnel, blue towels. Alright, and then on this lowest level, so that's pretty much just tight. Just barely hit it, so that should be good. But yeah, there we go. Got the trans fluid changed. Now I'm just gonna put this back down on the ground, and then hopefully I'll be putting together the clutch flywheel back onto the motor and try and go ahead and pop this thing on there. We'll see how much time I have. Always depends on work. So, all right. See you later. Nothing like the blood of the Smurf.